Good morning, one and all. Myself, Bhavani from Civil Department. Today we are going to discuss on a question bank of emerging approaches in disaster management. Here, coming to the what are the different questions we can see in this module means first one, what are the key components of an effective disaster preparedness plan for communities at risk of natural disaster? Means if you are going to have any type of disaster means what are the components it may be having means like risk assessment, early warning system, and also the what are the duties of these communities when there are a natural disaster is going to happen, and what are all these things we can find out means here we can see first one is risk assessment. In this one we have to assess the risk means when any natural disaster is going to be occur means automatically natural disaster we don't know at what time it is going to occur means at how much impact it may do to our climatic condition as well as the humans and also the animals. So we have to be very much prepared towards this type of natural disaster. And here in this risk assessment, an effective disaster preparedness plan should be there. Means if you are already prepared with this natural disaster is going to be occur means we will be very much safe at the time of this natural disaster. So we have to be prepared to identify these types of potential hazards and also the vulnerabilities within the communities here. Means what we are going to do here means firstly we have to take out the previous data of the natural disaster and we have to analyze the historical data, and also we have to compare that land geographical factors and also the socio-economic conditions. Means by following this one means like analyzing the data, geographical data, everything by analyzing this one we can get to know how much of this natural disaster means at what impact it may be having towards our living, towards our daily life also we can know from the previous data or historical data here. And next one is early warning system. Here if you get to know about this natural disaster means from the meteorological department they will give the they get to know about this natural disaster is going to be occur at some point or some area. Means they will just alert the people who are living around that a natural disaster occurring area. Means they will immediately evacuate those people and they can displace that people from one place to towards the safety place here. So this early warning system is also one of the crucial for the timely alerts here. And here we are going to just make use of these multiple channels like mobile alerts and also sirens and also these community volunteers. When after using this all type of early warning system we will be very much safe when this natural disaster is going to be occur. And next one is community engagement. Here we have to engage with the community members for the preparedness of natural disaster from the natural disaster here. Means maybe in this one by engaging with this community members we can conduct the exercises like drills and also some of the campaigns we can do means educational campaigns like if any disaster is going to be occur, whether it may be natural disaster like earthquake, tsunamis, and after all this one, how we are going to be prepared, and for that one we are going to conduct these campaigns. Means when these earthquakes are going to occur means what type of precautions you can do to just save their life or save their loved ones or also the properties here. Here in this one we have to involve the local leaders for the planning process also. By doing this one it will be very much easy and also necessary towards the public. And next one is resource allocation. Here if that overall area is occurred with this natural disaster means we have to allocate that area with the resources like providing the shelters, providing some emergency facilities like giving the food and giving the first aid like this one. And also here pre-positioning resources in some of the locations also can ensure the swift response here. Why? Because if that area is suffering from this natural disaster, means almost for some weeks they can't get this type of food or drinking water or any medical facilities also. Means by providing these type of normal necessaries, we have to be active. Means so government have to involve the NGOs people and also some other community people to just help the government to provide the suffering people from by giving the emergency medical kit and also for supplying the food and also drinking water they can supply for the suffering people here. And next one is training and capacity building. Here we have to train the emergency responders and also the community members so that they have to be enhance their ability during the time of this disaster. So these capacity building programs we have to conduct, and it also going to be include the psychological first aid also. And coming to the next question, that is how can effective communication strategies during the emergency stage of the disaster save lives and reduce damage? Means what type of strategies we can follow during this emergency stage so that we can save the lives and also the reduce the damage here. In this one, we have to establish the communication protocols. Here means in this communication protocols, we can easily take the help of these agencies, and also we have to just give the information towards the people who are living nearer by this disasters. Means where this disaster is going to be happen at that time, we government or any agencies or any responders, we have to give information to that people. Why? Because they get to know about that natural disaster. So pre-established protocols when we are going to do means that will automatically reduce the confusion and also the delays here. Means next is use of technology. And in this one, when we are going to use them, leveraging technology like real-time data sharing platforms and also the communication by using the social media, by using this type of communication facilities, this will ensure the accurate information. Means so that those people means in some of the means we can say in some social media it gives the information like in Hyderabad it is going to be heavy raining is going to be fallen in the about 2 hours like that one they will tell, but it's not happening. Why? Because they get that false information from some other thing. So by using this type of technology means automatically that will give the public very true information so that they can be very alert at the time of this emergency stage. And next one is public information management. Here we have to manage the public by giving the information that maybe means a regular updates of this disasters when the time of this emergency stage, like what we can do at that time. Means we have to address the rumors here, and also we have to provide the clear instructions, and also we have to give the updates through multiple channels. Means when we are going to nowadays everyone means in every house mobile will be there and also TV will be there. Okay, so when we are going to just update with this natural disaster or any man-made disaster, means these communication channels, it is going to be very much useful at the time of these disasters. Means our public, they get to know about any type of disaster, whether it may be floods, whether it may be precipitation, everything they are going to know about this from the communication channels like social media, that one. Okay, so we have to give the transparent communication for building the trust and also to encourage the compliance here. And next one is coordination among agencies. Here, when we are going to coordinate with the agencies, some agencies means it will be a good impact towards the information sharing towards the public here. Means this also requires the centralized command system where these agencies, they get to know about the information, and after knowing the information they are going to share the information and also the resources very effectively. Okay. And next one is cultural sensitivity. Here, when these communication strategies, they are going to consider this cultural and also linguistic differences, means within this affected population, they get to ensure about these messages, and they are going to understand, means if the disaster is going to be occur, means they get to know before only because of this communication facilities. Means if any affected population will be there, means in some region this population we have to evacuate, means automatically by using the social media or by ensuring them with the message alerts, we get to know about their situation over there, and also we will get to know act upon that their information also. Next one is, what are the essential elements of a successful post disaster rehabilitation program? Means what we can do in this post disaster rehabilitation program. Firstly, what are the main elements we have to provide towards for the successful of this post disaster is immediate relief and recovery. Here firstly we have to provide the immediate relief, and also we have to provide the food, shelter, and then also emergency care towards the affected people who are suffering from these post disasters. Okay, means here in this phase it can be stabilized the affected people, and also they will address the urgent needs also. And next one is infrastructure reconstruction. Means automatically at the time of the disaster, so many buildings they are going to be collapsed, whether it may be high rise buildings, or whether it may be some shopping malls or any some other bridges, flyovers. Means we have to reconstruct that type of infrastructure for the safety and also for the neat adjustment of the public here. So rebuilding for the infrastructure is must, like roads, bridges, and also some of the utilities. These are all the normal reconstruction we can do after this disaster is happened. Means by doing this one, we can easily include the improvements towards the resilience for the future disaster. Means any future disaster is also going to be happen, means before that only we have to reconstruct this type of infrastructure. Means that may be helpful towards the public also. And next one is economic recovery. Here at the time of these disasters, there will be so much economic loss towards the public and also loss towards the government here. Like maybe it may be like livelihoods through the job creation. Why? Because almost most of the people they are going to lose their lives, or they can lose their properties at the time of this natural disaster or also man-made disaster. So government have to come forward and they have to provide with the uh, like job creation and also financial assistance and also occasional training towards the affected population because of this disaster here. Mainly this will help the individual affected population to regain their financial stability. Means if there is no money for the affected people, means almost there will be they will not be having any type of food, shelter, everything. So financial support should be there. Means government can provide these jobs and also financial assistance towards this affected people during the time of disasters. And next one is socio-economic economical support here. Means by this disaster, so many they are going to be, means psychological support is must for the affected people here, whether it may be mental health issues, any other issues also. Means here we have to counsel that type of people, and also we have community support groups and also counseling and also outreach programs can be very key components towards this psychosocial support also. Next one is community involvement. Here by involving the communities for the rehabilitation process, means that will ensure the recovery effects. And also by involving the community people, we can be reassured that we can easily provide the local needs and also other priorities also. Means here there will be very much um, profit when we are going to involve this community people. Means whether it may be for the safety displacement of the population, or whether it may be providing the affected people with the medical kits or emergency kits, and also some food, shelter, everything. Okay. And coming to the next one, that is how does integrating disaster risk reduction into development planning enhance community resilience here? Means uh, how we are going to integrate this DRR for the development of community, for the development planning that can enhance the community resilience here. In that process, firstly we have to give this proactive planning. Means when we are going to integrate this disaster risk reduction, it can be proactively we are going to identify, and also before the disaster only we have to mitigate the risk that can be come from this disaster here. That may be include the building codes. Means by following the building codes and also zoning laws and also environmental regulation that can reduce the vulnerability here. Okay. And next one is sustainable development. And here by using this DRR, it can also promote the development by ensuring the economic loss. Means there will be so much economic loss during the disasters. So by using this DRR, it also promotes the economic growth, and it does not increase the disaster risk here. Means some of the example like constructing the barriers at the coastal, constructing these coastal barriers, and also like mangroves that will protect against these floods here. Means when we are going to provide them these river coastal barriers towards that means surrounding that water bodies, means it cannot be, means by providing these barriers also we may prevent the flooding here. And next one is capacity building. Here by the DRR, it also includes the capacity building for local government and also the communities. Means by providing these DRR, it can enable to implement and also monitoring the risk reduction. Means it can provide the, means monitor risk it can provide, and also they can implement any type of reduction towards these disasters here. And next one is community participation. And in this community participation, by involving the communities for the planning process, it also ensures the disaster to for the appropriate and also the to address the local risk here. And here it also, by using this DRR, it also lead towards the effective and accepted solutions here. And next one is long-term resilience. Means by this DRR, when we are going to involve this one, means it will develop, and also the it can also develop for the it can also build towards the long-term resilience, like it can reduce the emergency responses. And by this one there will be development gains or not lost towards this disaster here. So by providing this DRR, there will be long-term resilience towards the society also. And next one is, what role does technology play in enhancing disaster management efforts across all the three stages of disaster management? Means obviously we all know that for this disaster management we will be having three phases: pre-disaster, emergency, pre-disaster stage, emergency stage, and last one will be post-disaster stage. Means comparing these type of phases here, what we are going to enhance the disaster management efforts. First one is what we can do in this pre-disaster stage. Means firstly there will be preparedness should be there. Means like early warning system we can give to the people, or give to the communities that what we can do. Means in that area this disaster is going to be occur, so please evacuate that area. Means by giving this type of orders, people get to know about that disaster is going to be happen, and they will immediately just to take their important necessities and also their family, and they will move towards some other safe place. Okay, means from this, for the safety of that one, we have to view this early warning system. Means obviously nowadays technology is very much developed. Means for this development of the technologies, we can view the advanced early warning system. Means that can easily predict and also monitor the disaster here. So, by giving the communities this valuable time to prepare and evacuate is very much necessary here. And in the next stage, that is emergency response. And in this emergency response, we can give the real-time information sharing. Means obviously some information may be false or some information may be true here. So when we are going to view the people who are affecting, means maybe affecting because of this disaster, means we have to view the real-time informations by sharing among the responders, and also improving the coordination and also decision making, like by using the technologies like mobile apps, satellite communication, and also drone to provide the situational awareness. Means we can't go towards that place where this disaster is going to be occurred, but we can see the situation there. Means by using this type of drones, mobile apps, we get to know about that and also satellite images. By using this overall technology, we get to know the situation over the disaster occurring areas here. Okay. And next one is data analysis and forecasting. Means here, by using this AML and also big data analysis, it can be used to analyze the historical data. And by doing that one, by doing the overall, analyzing the historical data, means previous data, by analyzing that one, we can easily forecast the future disaster and also their impacts. We can know from these technologies here. Means that can help the planners to develop more effective mitigation strategies. Obviously, when any type of disaster is going to be occur, means mitigation process we can do towards the population living in that disaster occurring places. So, by doing this or analyzing the historical data, we can easily forecast the future disasters here. And next one is post-disaster. Means in this one, we can do the recovery and rehabilitation. Means by using the technology that assist in the damage is like by using the tools like GIS, like geographic information system. It also aids in the tracking the process of reconstruction efforts and also ensures the accountability here. Means obviously after this disaster, there will be so much damage in the infrastructure also. So many collapsing of the buildings can be happened at that time. So for ensuring that one, we can easily get the help of this from this GIS tool, and it can be easily track the overall progress of this reconstruction efforts, and also it can ensure the overall accountability of this for the reconstruction facilities here. Next one is public communication. Means here we have to communicate with the people for all the phases of this disaster management. Means for the pre-disaster stage, like giving the early warning system by using this social media, it is a must thing. And also at the time of this emergency stage, means when the disaster is occurring, at that time also we can take the help of this technology like GIS, and also sometimes by using the AI tools also we get to know about this disaster. Means by just sending the drones and also taking the satellite images, we can get to know the situation of that disaster area also. And last one is post-disaster. And for the post-disaster also, we have to take the help of the social media. Okay. And next one is, how does climate change impact disaster management, and what strategies we can be adopted to mitigate this type of impacts. In this one, firstly, First point is increased frequency and severity of the disaster. Here, when disaster is happen means automatically there will be change in the climatic condition that will lead towards the increase in frequency and also the severity of this natural disaster, like natural disasters like hurricanes, wildfires, and also floods. If the climate is going to be changed means automatically that will lead towards the increase in the severity of natural disaster also. And next one is adoption strategies. Means to mitigate these type of impact, we can adopt the strategies like improving the infrastructure resilience. Means when we are going to construct the infrastructure by using the zoning laws and also the building codes, if you are constructed by these means automatically at some point this infrastructure may not be collapsed when this natural disaster are going to be occur. And also we can implement the climate smart agriculture also. Means according to the climatic condition, if you are going to do this agriculture also, it may be very much good strategy to save the agriculture from these disasters also. And also by developing the water management systems also. Means in some of the areas like deserted areas like Rajasthan, there is so much of them, so much problem of the water there. Means likewise, in some areas there will be so much precipitation, but in some areas no precipitation will be there. If precipitation is not there in some area means they have to store the rainwater when it is fallen towards the ground. Means water management system also we have to improve to escape from this natural disaster also. Okay. Next one is integration of climatic data. Here, by incorporating this climate data, it also helps to predict and also prepare the climate related risk here. Means when we are going to identify the climate data or climate change after and before the disaster, means there will be so much drastic change before occurring and after occurring also. So we have to predict and also prepare the climate related risk here. It can also include the adjusting the disaster management plans to reflect against the weather patterns here. And next one is capacity building for resilience. Means by building the capacity of these communities that can adopt to the climatic change like education, training, and also access the resources. By doing this type of capacity building for the resilience process, it can enable them and also withstand and also cover from this climate related disasters here. And next one is policy and advocacy. Here we have by advocating from this for the strong climatic policies and also international cooperation. By doing this one, we can address the root causes of this climate change. Means from where this climate changing is happening. Means whether it may be from the natural disaster or whether it may be man-induced disaster. We get to know about this one. Okay. Means by doing this one, we have to disaster management must be aligned with the broader environment and also the sustainability goals. Okay. And next one is what are the key objects and provisions of Natural Disaster Management Act in 2005. We already know that this Natural Disaster Management Act, it is developed in the year of 2005 by the government of India itself, and it is its main objective of this NDMA is for the providing of legal framework for the effective management of the disaster that is happening in the India here. Means in any area of the India, if any disaster is going to be happen, means this Natural Disaster Management Act, it will come forward. Means it will provide the overall legal framework for the easy management of this disaster from all over the India also. It also established the means in this act it established the systematic and coordinate approach towards this disaster prevention, preparedness, and also response, recovery, etc. Means by doing means by following this NDMA means already we will be having the Indian standard code means from any product or any material we will be having this Indian standard codes means we are going to follow the type of Indian standard codes. Okay, means likewise here also when we are going to follow this NDMA we can easily ensure about the safety from this disaster means whether it may be from the disaster prevention, preparedness, response, and also the recovery. It can ensure the protection of the life, property, and also the environmental condition that can be happen during these disasters. And next one is provision of this act. Means what provisions we can see in this act means first one that is establishment of natural disaster management authority. Here, firstly, this NDMA is created by the government of India and its chairperson will be Prime Minister. What is the main aim of this act means it will provide the disaster management efforts at the natural level and it is responsible for laying down policies, plans and also guidelines for the disaster management here. And next one is state and district authorities. Here by from this NDMA only these state and district authorities also established means here state disaster management authorities and district disaster management authorities. These two can be adopted from this NDMA only. Here state disaster it will be means its chairperson will be chief minister and for the district disaster management authority chairperson will be district collectors only means they get to know of any type of disaster if in their region if any disaster is occurring means they have to be very active at the time of the disaster and they have to provide the normal resources towards the affected people. Everything they will know and they get to act towards that disasters also. Means here these authorities like a state disaster and district disaster they will be tasked with the implementing national policies towards the state and district levels. Okay, and overall state and district authority head will be this national disaster management authority only. And here national plan, here this act will require the development of the national disaster management plan. It can serve the overall framework for the disaster risk reduction, mitigation, preparedness, response, recovery, everything. Means from this act we get to know about this, how we are going to mitigate or preparedness, what preparedness should be there at the time of the disaster, everything will be there. It also includes the guidelines for various government agencies and also for the other stakeholders also. Next one is funding mechanics. Here, these NDMA it will establish as the National Disaster Response Fund and also the National Disaster Mitigation Fund. Means these two establish the funding towards the disaster occurring areas. Means they only have to provide the funds towards the affected people to get to their daily life also, and also to finance the finance response and also the mitigation activities they can do because of this funding agencies only. And next one is penalty and offences. Here because of this NDMA it will prescribe the penalties for the non-compliance with these provisions and also it will include the fines and imprisonment also. Means each and every structure should be constructed and also these if any non-compliances occurred at the time of these disasters also means this NDMA will include the fines and also imprisonment for the people also. It also outline the obstructing response efforts or misusing disaster relief resources also. Means everything can be seen in this NDMA, whether it may be in the shape of the penalties or in the shape of the offences. Okay, whether it may be state and also the district disaster mitigation or whether it may be some other, they have to make sure that they have to follow in this National Disaster Management Act. According to that act only, whether it may be state and also district, they have to follow that act only. Next, the significance of this act is it can be represents a significant shift from the reactive towards the pro-reactive disaster management here. Here, by institutionalizing the disaster management and also the preparedness, the act aims means it also this act will ensure to reduce the impact of the disasters and also the enhance the resilience communities across the India here. And next one is analyze the significance of National Disaster Response Fund established under NDMA in 2005 and its role in the disaster response and recovery in India. Means what is the main significance of this NDRF means towards this National Disaster Management Act. We have to get to know about that one. Here, what is the main purpose of this NDRF is going to establish under the it already established under the NDMA in 2005 to provide the immediate financial support towards the affected area and also the affected people in the wake of this disaster. And also it is crucial for enabling the shift and also effective response means resources whether in at the time of this disaster resources can be available to meet the urgent needs of this disaster hit communities. Means obviously by main aim of this NDRF is to provide the financial support towards the affected areas and also the affected peoples there. Means immediate action can be taken because of this NDRF towards that region also, affected region. And what is the main role in disaster response means it will financing the disaster response operation that may be search and rescue efforts. Why? Because for this searching and rescue operations also we will need so many machinery so that more money can be need at the time of this one. So relief distribution and by providing the medical aid and by providing the temporary shelters for the affected population, everything can be seen in this disaster funding agency. And also it obviously this funding will be getting by the government only. So this funding ensures the financial constraint to not delay the response efforts and allowing for the timely intervention so that they can save the lives immediately, that people can be sent towards the hospitals immediately. Means we can reduce the suffering for the people by getting the money from this NDRF. The next one is allocation of funds. Means main these NDRF is of its finance can be get by the government here and on certain goods and services as well through the budget allocations by the central government here. Means every year there will be budget means finance department they will give the budget towards the different departments. Means as well as for this NDRF also central government will be giving the funds or also means budget towards the NDRF. Means they will just to save that overall budget for that year. Means any type of whether it may be droughts, whether it may be floods occurring, means they have to give the funds towards that affected areas here. Means whether it may be central level, whether it may be state level or whether it may be district level also. They have to give the funds towards the affected regions for all over the India. And support for recovery and rehabilitation. Here, by main aim of this NDRF is to support the recovery and rehabilitation of the affected areas. Means this may include the reconstruction of the buildings or repairing and also restoring these infrastructures and also providing the financial support towards them, financial support for building the houses and also supporting the restoring of this livelihood. Means obviously these funds can bridge the gap between disaster response and also the long-term recovery here. And next one is significance in federal structure. Means this NDRF, it will play a very crucial role towards the India's federal structure also. Means by ensuring that central government can assist the state governments for the managing of this disaster. Means as well as these state governments will give the will assist the district people, and this district people, they will just assist the rural people. Means this is all the process. So by main significance of this federal structure is for assist the central government towards the state government towards the district government. And also it will provide the financial support, and also where the in some cases maybe like scale of the disaster exceeds the state capacities to respond also sometimes. Means when compared with the central government and state government funds is more increased at some point. So at that point also these NDRF have to give the funds towards the state government also. Next one is challenges and criticisms. Means obviously NDRF will be giving the funds towards the disaster areas, but particularly there will be so much criticism and also challenges that will be coming towards this NDRF also, towards the central government also. Means here, if the immediate action cannot be taken for the disaster areas, means all the people, all the public will just criticize the central government only. Means they have to raise the immediate funds towards the disaster affected people, whether it may be for the state government or whether it may be some other district government also. They can't delay the funds of this disaster areas. So rapid response should be there, and also fund allocation should be done in time, and timeless of any type of this disbursement. We can't do that one for the NDRF here. These are the references book. Thank you everyone.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.